Good morning and welcome, folks. It is Thursday, the 31st of March. I am Flatcap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, coming up today, we've got a normal staking day, so £20. It looks very much like a usual Flatcap Callum kind of a day. I've got two lucky 15s. I've got a win trixie and an each way trixie. So a kind of a fairly standard day after we've had a few days of kind of less interesting stuff going on. So normal deck of bets. We'll do the review of yesterday, and there's no word of the golf because the golf bets were yesterday and the golf hasn't really got started till lunchtime. So yesterday's bet, really, really disappointing. Some of that was about not getting a bit of luck, but we had nothing back yesterday. Which Monday was the first day ever in 11 and a half weeks of never having anything back, and then we've done two in 3 days, and that is on the back of having 3 out of 4 days the previous days were really, really good. So I don't believe in whether you're in form or not in form. You have good days and you have bad days and you have middling days, and some days bad days string together. That's not bad form, that's just bad days stringing together in my view. So we had Union Spirit. It likes to get up with the pace. It went far too hard at the front and just burnt out and dropped back. Broughton's Rhythm, a bit frustrating because if you were Sky Bet, we lost out on a head bobber for fourth place, which they actually paid at 25-1 despite the non-runners. Then Miraculous Getaway unseated, and Deerheart just stayed in the stalls. I think it was disrupted by the horse next to it that got trapped in the stalls, which wasn't very nice. And ultimately made up some ground, got close, and then faded off again. So, yeah, all in all, not a good day. So I'll give you a bit of reality and a bit of context. So the reality is we've lost 3 days in a row, and that is singularly, in a 3-day period, the worst ratio of performances we've had in 3-day period. So 22 horses selected and 3 of them placed, which is about 13%, I think, off the top of my head. So that is so below standard. So that 3 losing days, minus £33, 3 out of 22 places. That is the reality of the last 3 days. Context for you. Context says that in the channel's history, so 11 weeks of running the channel, the average win or place on each way bets is 36%. I had one little spike week 1 where it's 44%, but that was more about probably trying to settle down the right type of bets. And we had one little dip, we had 29%. The other 9 weeks have been between 34 and 39% win or place across all each way bets, which is really, really consistent. So our overall percentages for the channel are very, very consistent. There's not many, I don't think, out there. I mean, you'll find people with higher ratios because they're probably doing lower volume, but on the volume that I'm putting out in the channel at the prices I do, it's a pretty consistent result. So the context is, this is terrible in the context of what it is normally, but this does look particularly bad. Now, whether or not it's going to change today, I really don't know, because I don't know from day to day. I like some of the bets I've done today, but I don't know. Last week, we lost Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, had a great Thursday. The week before, we lost Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we had a great Thursday. Trends are there to be looked at, but they are also there to be broken. As I've said to you guys before, you can back a jockey that's never ridden a horse before, never ridden a horse in a race before, or never won a race before, but every single jockey that's ever won a race had to win their first race. So trends are there to be broken. I look at trends, but I don't follow trends. I follow statistics. So that's where we're at. It's not nice for me. I'm not fussed about the £33 loss I'm on. It's more about the fact that, it's not very much fun for you guys, because I want to try and make some profit from the channel. The channel is really, really comfortable in profit. And, context again, we're £33 down in the last 3 days. Most of you made more than that just on Sunday. So there is context here. So I'm hoping nobody's in a big fat hole unless they've done anything silly. But it still doesn't feel very nice putting out tips and them not doing a lot at all. So let's hope for a better day today. All right, what have I got? Bet 1, win Trixie. There's quite a few of these bets where the value is still there, but it's not as much as it was the night before, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But 1 o'clock Warwick. I know this looks like a funny one. You know I do this sometimes for those of you who've been watching a while. Benign Dictator. It was 6-4 last night, which was really good for this bet. It's now 10-11, which is less good, but still viable. I would make it. So we're going Benign Dictator 10-11 in the 1 o'clock Warwick, with 3.15 Warwick Castle 4-1, 3.55 Wetherby Glen Castley 4-1. So it's a 50p win trixie and two £1 win singles on the two 4-1 shots. With these sort of bets, it's the first win bet I've done this week. Last week didn't do very many of them and they were terrible. So the trend is that I'm not very good at win bets, but I'm not worried about the trend, I'm worried about the stats. The stats say, overall on this channel, win bets do well. Will this one do well? I don't know. I wouldn't have put it on if I didn't think it would do, but I'm not right all the time. I just have to be right enough of the time. So that's what we've got. Prices last night were better, so that applies to some of these bets. And generally, if I was about maximising value, I'd put these videos out the night before and give you the odds, and then very, very few of them would you be able to actually have those odds. So for me, the reason I put the videos out when I do are so the more people can try and get the odds that I'm getting. So if there's a horse the night before I pick out and the odds crash, I'm not going to put it on the channel because the value's not there. Some of these have come in a little bit. Benign Dictator has particularly. Castle has, but that's only because of non-runners. So I like to do the videos in the daytime, in the morning, so that you've got the best opportunity. Because I don't think it's a good look when you're putting out a horse and you're saying it's 8-1, and then at 8 o'clock at night, and then at 10 o'clock at night it's 2-1 or whatever. So I want to try and give you guys the best possible chance of getting the same prices, because I don't want to have statistics that are completely ridiculous to what you were doing. I'm deliberately doing it through Sky Bet account because I'm going to try and demonstrate it's the best way of maximising the return for these bets. But I do believe you can make profit whichever account you're using. Okay, bet 2, we just got an each way Trixie. This one is definitely a better one for Sky Bet, 100% today. So all these 3 races are paying 4 places. More or less all other bookies are paying 3. So you need to have a decide whether it's for you. If you're not Sky Bet, it's borderline, I would say, because in a bet like this, 2 of these placing and you've made your money back in a little bit. 3 placing is where you get a return. So this is what you were trying to do. You're trying to get 3 places. I'm not worried about losing on a winner here. I'll eat my words tomorrow if 2 of them win, but these are more about trying to get these horses placed. And I'm not so worried about whether 2 of them will win. If they do, that'll be brilliant and I'll be delightful. But having those extra places is in the context of the fact there's like 8, 9, 10 runner races, got more chance of doing that. So if you Sky Bet, I think it's a sound bet. If you're not Sky Bet, it's definitely a risky bet, but it is only £2 of our 20, and that's why I've done it at such a small stake, so that you can give people the option. It's 10% of what we're doing today. That's bet 2. I don't know did I even talk through the horses? I don't know if I did, but hopefully you saw it there. All right, then we're going to go to the main 2 lucky 15. So we've got bet 3. 240 Warwick, paying 5 on Sky Bet. Most bookies are 4, some are only 3. Just a whim, 8-1. Then we've got the 3 Naas races, which are all 6 on Sky Bet. A lot of bookies are 5, but I watched the 340. I think some are only 4. If you're not getting 5 on those 3 Naas races with your bookmaker, it's not so much of a good bet. If you're getting 5 places, I would take the bet. But we've got 6 here for Sky Bet. So 240, Warwick, just a whim, 8-1. 340 is the big price, can you believe, 50-1. 4.15 Naas, flash the lights, 9-1. 4.50 Naas, cool rain, 12-1. And we're going to go 20p each way lucky 15, 50p each way double on number 1 and number 4. So that's just a whim on cool rain, because cool rain's probably the best one in that bet for an each way bet. Even though there's a big price on Can You Believe, it is a bit of a riskier punt one. So we're going 50p each way double, just a whim, cool rain. All right, bet 4. We've got another each way lucky 15, same spec as before. 3.30 Chemlsford, 5 on Sky Bet. Most bookies are 4. Fen Tiger 9-1. 433 Wetherby, Lord Sparky, only 11 to 2. That was a better price last night, but I'm still happy to take it in there. And then we've got 6.15 Chelmsford Owlman 11 to 2, and 7.15 Chelmsford Sir Rodney Redblood at 22s. 20p each way lucky 15, and a 50p each way double on the top two. You will note on these two each ways I've not included the bigger price in the double, purely because they are bigger prices, but they are riskier ones. So the way I would equate value, these are my two most solid ones within the bet, and therefore I'm putting them in as the double for today. All right. That is what I've got. Let's hope we get something a little bit more even to cheer on. Like, let's not worry about profit. Let's just actually have something get close to winning. Would be really, really exciting to boost this week, because it's been a bit flat for 3 days. So that's what I've got. Enjoy your day. I'll enjoy mine. See you in the morning, where it is a busy, busy Friday. There's a lot going on tomorrow on the horses, so we'll see where we get to. But it is a busy Friday. So see you then. Thank you very much.